For the past week, I've been practicing telling the truth, and it's quite difficult. Telling the truth to myself a lot of the times and telling the truth to others. Now, Jordan Peterson says, whatever outcome comes from telling the truth is the best possible outcome that could have happened, that could have came out of the situation. Because telling the truth is a risk. But not saying anything or telling a lie is a far greater risk. So the best outcome can come from telling the truth. So I was like, okay, let me try that out. And each and every single time I told the truth, when I had the option to tell a lie, felt significant. I felt like I was actually talking about myself. And it was like emotion. It felt like I was moving forward somewhere. Like I'm actually moving forward. So I would notice a lot of the times I'm telling a lie to myself. And usually when I'm complaining, so I would get up and I'll be like, this is a bit difficult. No, I'm actually a bit tired. So it's not really that difficult. But there's so many small instances, and because they were small, I can't really remember them. But it was a lot of small little complaints. And I'd be like, actually, no, that's not really what I mean. And no matter how bad it sounds, no matter how ignorant, selfish it sounds, I have to go into it. Like, actually, what am I feeling? Is this rage? What is it? And then not what I should be thinking about, but what am I actually feeling? And then when I go into it, no matter how bad it is, I'm like, okay, this is what's happening. And as soon as I'm like, how can I work on this? It was quite interesting that I could actually work on the things that I was like, well, how do I fix this? It's quite interesting. Now, in the book 12 Rules for Life, there's a chapter, Tell the Truth or At Least Don't Lie. And that At Least Don't Lie is quite an interesting one, because that's a great way of practicing telling the truth. Because, according to Jordan Peterson, and, well, yes, I understand that too, we are terrible at telling the truth. We might tell the apparent truth to someone and unnecessarily just ruin their day. So, at least not lying is a great way of practicing this. But I have the same relationship with that as with cold showers. See, at least not lying kind of feels like bending the truth, like a white lie. So, the same as going from hot to warm to kind of cold to cold, it doesn't have the same effect as going to full-on cold and waking your body up and you're like, oh shit, and you're full of emotions and energy and focus. You're like, oh, it's kind of the same thing with just telling the blunt, no matter how harsh it is, just that raw truth. And as soon as you do it, it feels like, I'm actually moving somewhere. This is actually me. I'm actually talking about myself. It's not the persona I created to look cool. And that's also another thing that I also tend to lie about. Smaller things, actually bend the truth a bit to make myself look cool. Oh, this happened because of that guy or that person. And slightly bending the truth to elevate myself, make myself look cool, sound cool. So I noticed that I lie a lot. Small little tiny things, unnecessarily. But, well, I catch myself now for the past week. And each and every time I catch myself, I'm like, oh, wait. So it's like, this is the persona I created. And this is nah, you're not really thinking about that. That's not really right. And that's not what you're thinking about. That's not you. So this is well, I'm cool because of this or whatever. I can't give you really an example. But it's like the persona I create talks. But before it does, the actual me, that's how it feels like. The actual me is like, nah, wait a second, it's actually not how you feel. So don't say it. I'm okay. And because I already practiced this over and over and over, not that it feels easier, but it feels more significant. Like I'm actually moving forward. And maybe it's because I haven't been practicing this. Of course I've been telling the truth throughout my life, but not actively and consistently telling the truth. So maybe because it's such a new thing to me, it feels so significant. I don't know. I want someone else to try this out and see what they're going through. It's quite interesting. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow, and good night.